Good evening and welcome to August 18th, 2025, Board of Public Works and Safety. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's go back to Gibson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you like to remain standing for the invocation, Pastor?
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we are coming to the end of a busy summer season and we look forward to the fall. The seasons may change, but you, Lord, remain the same. We can rely on you for wisdom, for strength, and for hope. We entrust these leaders now to you, Lord, asking that you bless them with your insight, with your patience, with your courage as they govern our community. Unite them together, Lord, and help them to seek the common good. And we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, sir. Welcome everyone this evening. Remind you to turn your cell phones off. Begin with roll call.
Becky Gibson.
Present.
Diana Phillips. Present. Jim Barrett.
Okay, we have the minutes from the August 4th meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Excuse me. Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Sorry about the cough. It got into me. Move on down to new business. We have Joel Conaway with Brianna's Hope Bucket Drive on August 30th. And I did forget to ask you, were you wanting 2 or 3 locations?
3 if possible.
Yep, very good. And what was the times you were wanting that?
10 to 2.
I usually ask over the phone, but I think we started talking about other stuff and I forgot, so I
I think
apologize.
so too.
Or you came in the office, that's right. Okay, go ahead, sir.
My name is Joel Conway. I'm with Like Brianna's Hope. It's an addiction recovery support group that we do at Cross Point Bible Church on Tuesday nights. He's requesting to be able to do a boot drive. We give a shirt away to each person the third time they come to a meeting. We have a meal 6 to 6:30 every Tuesday for everybody that comes, and we average anywhere from 35 to 65 people each week.
Wow.
So we serve a lot of food. We also give sobriety tags for increments of sobriety or dog tags, and we usually spend about $1,500 a year on those. Besides that, we do events and stuff, but it helps to get a little extra money in for all the food and stuff. So definitely appreciate being able to do that.
Any questions?
I move to approve the request.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. If you would, just give it to Director Wilson. He can give you all the safety requirements you need.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item B, we have Garrett Silcott with Union Savings and Loan. This one's gonna be a little different. He's asking for a street closure, but not necessarily a street closure. So, why don't you just talk about what you want to do, then I can tell about how we're going to do it.
Yeah, so right now we're doing a project, USLA is, I'm the marketing coordinator for them. We're shooting different shots all around town, and the goal is to highlight the community, but also our involvement within the community. Some places we're going to be shooting at, like Kunkel's, Aquinas Park. We've previously shot at the movie theater, Gilman's, our bank, and Brian's. But this project, what I'm here for is to ask if we can partially block 4th and 5th Street, or the Central Avenue on 4th and 5th, northbound lane. We're going to have one of our employees walking from just the alley north of John's Brothers down to Brian's. And they're going to shoot in the road if we can. It's going to last about half hour, 9:30 to about 10:15 on this Saturday.
So what we've done is, I talked to Director Wilson. We've got some paddles that says stop and go. We've got handheld paddles. We're going to put cones out because we don't have any employees on Saturday morning to do this. So we're just going to have cones, and when they get ready, they can physically have one person lay cones right on the intersection here at 5th Street. And then at 4th Street, one person can put cones, and they can stop and tell traffic to go which direction. If it's a half hour, so that we do this on Saturday morning. The farmer's market would be the only thing hindered, but there's plenty of access points to that. So that's kind of what we come up with. It's not really, it is a closure, but it's just a short term, and they just stop the paddles and the vests are gonna work just fine. So that's kind of what we've come up with.
Yeah, we're also asking if we can get those 3 or 4 parking spots
Yes, the
outside
parking
John's
spots.
and Brian's, so that, cars aren't in the way of the shot.
We'll have to put cones there either Friday night or early, first thing Saturday morning, we'll have cones for you. That's kind of what we come up with there.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries, and then just get Director Wilson and he can make sure you have the cones where you want them and get the paddles and everything ready to go.
Thanks.
Item C, we have Chief Jones.
Good evening. I would like to ask permission to put on another hiring process to get a possible selection for a scheduled retirement for early next year. So far, that's the only one we have planned for next calendar year, but we'll put on another process and get a fresh group of candidates to select from. So I would like to get permission to do that. I'll probably start applications probably next week and have testing sometime in September.
So people know, once you go through that process, how long is that process good for? So you select.
For another calendar year.
So they're,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know how long you could build a pool for.
Yeah, we like to, and not only that, it's helpful to have them annually because you get to see certain individuals that will come out again, and that
Improvement.
it kind of lets you know that, that's somebody that really is
Really are
really
interested.
trying, really wants the job, yeah. So we like to watch the whole process and watch them as they go through it. It's a lot easier to select, the good quality candidates that way.
Any questions for the chief?
I think it's a good idea, and I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Yes, sir. Director Wilson.
Hello,
Hello.
request for trash pickup, 1066 East Fifth Street. Just normal trash, there's no biohazards, anything like that, just normal trash pickup for, I believe Christ Church of Connersville.
Motion to approve the request.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried, you can stay up here for your department report. Kind of put it that way on purpose.
Thank you. I start with the utilities reports. I don't know if anybody got it in an email, but we didn't get all the numbers, the fund balances figured, so we will have those on the next one. I'll send an email out so you guys are updated. So the water plant, they pumped 75.398 million gallons for the month of July. Our high pump day was 2.6, and then our low pump day was 2.2. We still are kind of high somewhere there. The high day was 2.6, and we did fix some leaks, but 2.2 was a nice to see because that's about our general area we run. So I'm still asking public if they see any wet areas in the grass or see something in the road that just doesn't look right, nobody's got a garden hose or nothing running, please let us know. We still think there might be a leak out there somewhere we're not finding. Wastewater treatment plant, we took in 177.63 million gallons for the month of July, and we treated 118 million gallons. The total rainfall for July, we picked up 4.24 inches. We had 0 violations, and we did land apply sludge in the amount of 641,500 gallons. Any questions on the utility report? The street department, continuing yard waste pickup, large item pickup. We're starting to get out and try to get some of the weeds that are growing in the obnoxious parts, like between the road and the curb. And then the downtown area, we're continuing to clean it up, plant new flowers, spruce it up. The other thing is we're still getting high volume calls to the street department on some commonly asked questions that are answered on the website. So if everybody could share that we have loaded new information on the City of Connersville's website, and there's a lot of information now on there that it hadn't in the past, so a lot of this same calls of, hey, when do you pick up trash in our area and things of that nature. The map's on there now, so everybody can see that, see the compost hours and see the large trash pickup and things of that nature. Any questions on the street department? Moving on down to the transfer station. We picked up took in 484 tons. Public disposal was 550 ton. The total sent to landfill was 1,034. We recycled 36 ton. Currently, I don't know if anybody's been down there, but the scale has been removed. They're still working on it. There's still 3 guys over there right now, plugging away. So the new scale will be in next week. I think it's going to be Tuesday, I believe. Also, while that's being done, we'll just have traffic rerouted. Everybody's been pretty patient with us up there, so that's good. And then here pretty soon it'll be getting asphalted and it'll look pretty good. The shed, the scale house, the new one's there. So compactor will be coming in shortly after that, and it'll look a whole lot different. It's gonna look, I think it's gonna be a whole lot easier for the public. They're gonna have to get out of the vehicle and pay their bill. They'll be able to pay it and leave and stay in the vehicle. So, any questions on any of that?
No questions, but it shows that you serve 1,718 customers.
Yeah.
And you're not open, that's not 30 days, that's the days you're open, that's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, we have one of the busiest, and as told by one of the truck drivers, we have one of the busiest landfills. Any questions on any of these reports? Just an update on the water main project. We are finalizing a few of the items, and we continue to do the rate study, continue to try and stay with it as best as we can and keeping everything as tight as we can, and also been going back and forth the table quite a few times to make sure that this water main project is exactly what we need in our, in our budget, let's say, or so to speak, and that it's going to be efficient for the city. I think everybody has probably seen that we've had a lot of boil water advisories here over the past month, and that's highly due to 100-plus-year-old infrastructure. So, if anybody have any questions about the water main project, I'll speak more of it in depth and about the next meeting. But if anybody has any questions now, I'll be willing to answer them. Nope. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Director Pause.
Good evening.
Good evening.
For the month of July, we had 13 hours, 14 minutes of meeting production, so we're getting quite up there. For the month, 4 hours, 23 minutes of original production. Top content for the month, Market Street Live.
That's amazing.
The 2025 Fair Parade was also second watched, and then the school board meeting from July 8th. People really were tuning in for that. We had 6,585 views for the month, 665 watch hours, 4,076 subscribers. For the month, the park department took the top spot again for Facebook, 207,761 views. They do a lot of posting, and people really need to know what they're doing, so it's great that they're paying attention to it. And then real quick, this Friday, we've got the Big Band Swing Dance, and I was just able to secure some food trucks for us as well. So we will have Pitmaster's Privilege there, for those of you who love barbecue like I do. We'll be there on Friday night from 7 to 9 p.m. We're also going to have Back Home Coffee, and Kona Ice is going to be there. And I may end up, just waiting to see, might be able to add a couple more, maybe some desserts.
Good.
It's going to be a fun night. Any questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Chief Harden.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Everyone should have a copy of my July 2025
Real
report.
hot for July.
I'm not sure if I'm really far ahead or really far behind, but me probably behind. We had 364 calls for service. That was the second busiest in the last 13 months that we've had. So July, August, and December are historically, when you go back and you look at a decade's worth of numbers, those are historically the busiest months. Put us at 2260 for the entire year. If you look year over year for 2024, we're 110 calls down, but if you compare it to 2023, we're 22 calls up. So it goes both ways. So, you see my staffing report. I am down one full-time person, and you have a resignation on the end of my packet that's effective the end of this week. I have hired 2 part-time EMTs in the last 30 days, and I've got 2, possibly 3 that are kind of in the pipeline at various stages, whether that's interviews, whether that's getting paperwork done, etc. I don't get real excited until they actually show up for an interview. There's a lot of people that say, yep, I'm really interested, and think, man, they're going to show up, and then you just never hear from them. So until they at least show up for the interview, I don't usually count that for too much. So you can see the fuel tax rebate that was submitted, $1,635 year to date. Did have a July is always a busy month, but this month was kind of exceptional for that. Did have a green bin, flowing grain rescue training that was hosted by Bentonville Fire that we attended. It's always interesting to see how all that transpires, especially with us being such a farm-rich community. We've got to be prepared for that, and that was a really great training. I went ahead and put the fair recap on, even though it did stretch into August. Covered 7 special events down there on the track, had 124 staff hours. We did have more transports and more patient encounters this year than we usually do, but most of those, heat was the main culprit this year. Is understandable. Did have Stryker Medical on site. Did all of our preventative maintenance, goes through all the equipment, all the checks, replaces parts as needed. And then I came to you last month and asked for permission to renew that contract, which we did. Went to renew our DEA license, which was up at the end of August, and found out I had to do a nice little 8-hour class for that, so I did complete that. And got our DEA license sent, our renewal sent, and actually did get it back, so we are good for another 3 years. Did have one report to Adult Protective Services filed, and lastly, and biggest news is I do have 2 EMTs that have been accepted to the Reed Health Paramedic Program. So they are both doing prerequisites right now, anatomy and physiology 1 and 2. And then they will start their class sometime. I'm not sure exact start time. It'll either be later this month or early September. I'm not real sure on that, but we're getting real close. So I was very proud of them for getting into that. They decided they wanted to do it together, kind of as the buddy system. So I'm like, hey, that works. You got a study buddy built in. So does anybody have any questions? And then also on the last of my report, I do have a resignation from paramedic Charlie Cabb. So I just need permission to accept that. And if you want to do it in one or want to do it different, you want to do it in 2. Permission to hire someone when I can find someone to fill it.
We can do them together. Let's see.
No, I already told you.
Oh, 2, sorry.
She was arguing with the 2 signs.
2, gotcha. So we just need permission to accept this resignation.
No, go ahead.
Motion on the first request to accept the resignation.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now I need a motion to hire a new person.
So moved.
Second.
And a motion second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
In your defense, it was kind of like the baseball
Yeah,
pitcher
yeah.
sign, it's kind of hidden.
I'm sorry.
So I guess you're the catcher on the pitcher, so
I just try to be efficient.
Oh, shoot.
Thank you.
Director Steele.
Good evening.
So on my report, I have some information about Summer Discovery that ended the week before the fair started in July. And we had a great summer. We had 2 returning managers come back this year, and then 1 counselor moved up to manager this year since Scott Caldwell stepped down. And they did a great job. They have the experience. Scott was able to train them very well, and they led the program very well this summer and kept the tradition of the activities and the different events that he has done in the past. We did this year with our campers. So we had 118 enrolled campers this summer, and we did everything from going swimming to the movies. We had the bookmobile visit. We had guest speakers come in. The fire department did some demonstrations for us. We had someone come in and do a school bus safety training with them. And then Roots, they come every year and they do a STEM project with the kids. And then just different activities throughout the week that they did. They had themed activities and so on. And then they did take some field trips. They went on the train to Metamora and visited Metamora, walked around there, and then went to the mill, and then they went to the fudge factory after they went to the mill. And then we had a celebration on the last day. They had a bubble bus come, which was really fun. That's something new that's growing in Indiana, I've been told. And so we invited him to come, and most everything for that day was sponsored. We didn't have a whole lot of costs coming out on our end. And then we had pizza, Kona Ice. We had a bounce house that was donated by Gilman's, and just lots of fun that day. They were sugared up and sent home at the end of the day. So, so it was a great event, or a great summer for the kids, and lots of families take part in Summer Discovery. We have an average between 50 to 60 every day that attend. They pay per day when they come, and so it's just dependent on when the parents bring them. Some bring them every single day, some bring them a couple days a week. So it just varies, but it's a great program. And then at the pool, we're still open through the end of August, so we have 2 more weekends available for people to come out and swim for the month of August. We've had a great summer. I'd like to report that if all the records stand true, since 2020, we have not been able to stay fully open for the entire summer. This is the first summer that we've been able to do that. We have not had to close because of staffing. We've not had to close because of a breakdown, or they replaced a liner one year. There's been lots of things throughout the years. COVID was 1 year, of course, but this is the first year from the records that I've been able to find that we've been able to stay open the entire summer. And we've had, I don't have the numbers, and I hope to have those next month at the in my report, but since I've been here, we've also sold more pool passes, I believe. And I think that just goes to show, because we've been open all summer, and people, that trust is building back, that they can spend their money on a pool pass and they can be able to use it, and it's going to be open. So we hope that every year continues like that, with lifeguards and such. You never know. So we hope it continues. But we had a lot of activities this summer. Summer Discovery came and swam. We added something new, which is water yoga class, and that was a huge. There was a lot of people attended, and they actually asked for it to be brought back next year, because it started off very slow, but by the end we had close to 40 attending our water yoga. And we charged $5 a person to enter, and it was for 18 and older, and they did it for an hour at the end of the day, and they really enjoyed it. Water yoga, any kind of water activity is very good for your body, and so it was a huge success. We had Living Well, Aging Well open swim on Tuesday nights, And then just pool parties and such. So it's been a really good summer for the pool. We started something new. I heard John mention our Facebook we're kind of high on the Facebook side of things for the community, and we're just trying to increase that. So we have added something new. It's called This Week in the Park, and every Friday we're going to do our best to put out a news feed video on Facebook of different things going on in the park, in the community, things that we can report on, and we'll have different staff members do a video each time. The last couple times it's been me. We're just trying to get it started, and then we'll add different people. We may interview some people. We may travel around to different parks and talk about those parks, talk about the activities we have going on, different things like that. So that's called This Week in the Park, and it'll be on our Facebook page every Friday. And then I'd like to share our First Responders Trunk or Treat is coming up on October 28th. It's from 5 to 7, and we are currently looking for people to set up their vehicles and pass out candy. Last year we had 2,161 people walk through. So we're hoping that, we continue to grow that event, but it takes an army to put on that event as well, and so we need lots of people to come pass out candy. So if anybody is interested, they just need to call the park office and we can get them signed up. I went for community participation, I went to Thriving Thursday at the Senior Center, and they invited me because we are a recipient of the READ money. And so they always ask someone in the community who's received the READ money to come and speak. And so they asked if I would go and talk about the Living Well, Aging Well program. And there was probably about 60 people there. And so I passed out our pamphlet of information, talked about it, had a lot of questions. And one lady pulled me aside and she said, I just want to tell you, thank you so much for putting in Offutt's Park walking trail because I use it every day. So I've had a lot of great feedback on Offutt's Park. So I am looking forward to sharing photos with you coming up in the next couple months once it is finished. We're wrapping things up, and then we'll be able to do a grand opening. We're looking at October for the grand opening. So just an update on Offutt's Park. Upcoming dates is August 31st, our last day for the pool. It's open 11 to 6, and then trunk or treat is October 28th from 5 to 7. Does anybody have any questions?
Just a quick comment. Thank you and your staff for the job you do.
Absolutely.
That Discovery program is very, very impressive for people that needs a place for their children during the summer.
Thank you.
My nephews and niece were there, and I think they had a good time every time.
Yeah, we get a lot of positive feedback from it. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Jones.
Hello again.
Hello.
All right, monthly report for the fire department for July. I did inform the board last month that our overtime for July was going to be just about as much as it was last month when I reported that our two firefighters from sick leave had just returned and that we were just able to count some of the new recruits after they had received their pump training. The payrolls from July had already happened, and obviously a heavily vacation. So the July overtime, the total is $31,244.71. Obviously, the manpower shortage of that was the biggest part, $30,237.16, and then the FLSA overtime was $1,007.55. I can go ahead and let you know that August is a 3-pay month, and for 3 pays, it's less than half of what July's is. So we're already down that much and getting back into normal range. We're getting close to having the rest of our recruits able to pump, which is the first step of being able to count them, because they obviously can't fight fire until they finish their training and do their live fire training before they can actually go into a fire. So just the combination of the shortage, the retirements and the shortage of sick leaves and vacation was kind of a say perfect storm, it's kind of a bad storm in my opinion, so. But we're getting back down to normal range now, so for next month when I report, so. Any questions on the overtime? Moving on to fuel usage, we used 463 gallons of fuel for the month, for a total of $1,640.62. I had a total of 156 incidents, 33 of those fire-related incidents, 112 EMS-related incidents, and we had 11 auto accidents. The training hours, I did catch a mistake that I made. The total for the training hours was actually more than that. If you look back at the actual training report, I was playing with different training reports on the new reporting system and decided to print one out that had some individual statistics. And you can see at the total, at the bottom was actually 57 hours, so there was a typo on my part as far as on the cover sheet. So we had 57 total hours of instructor training for the month. We had a total of 7 inspections, and we didn't have any hours of fire investigation. At the bottom, obviously, I gave you the quick overtime report already. A couple other things I'm going to add that's not in your reports. I did order, and I'm not sure if I've explained this before, I did recently just purchase the fire safety material for the schools. We have a program that we do annually. Actually, we got together with this company several years ago, and they send out a mailer every spring that has my letterhead and to all the businesses in town, and explains to them, you know, the program and that any donations that the business would be willing to make. This company, it's the National Fire Safety Council, basically, and departments all over the country use them. We have an account with them, and the donations go into our account, and then come fall for Fire Prevention Month. Actually, I just placed the order because they want the orders placed the 1st of August. We placed enough, an order for enough booklets for kindergarten through 3rd grade for all the schools. And those come in, and the reason for the early orders is because they have to have the orders in for a certain time to have any custom print, and I like to have the business names printed in the backs of the booklets that donated. So, and then we try to encourage the kids to take the booklets home, show them to their parents, and then, you know, the more publicity we can get for the business that donated. So I did place an order, and we do that for all the schools, the 2 county schools also, and we deliver those when they come in. So I don't know if I've ever explained that, so that's one program that we've actually had for quite a while. The drone, I was going to give a little kind of an update on how much we're using the drone. We're starting to use it quite a bit more. I got a little video that I sent to John just with some clips to show you kind of how we're using it. There's some footage of the fire we had on the corner of 8th and West Western. That's a thermal, and keep in mind that this drone's 350 feet in the air, so it has incredible zoom capabilities. You can see firefighters up there cutting a hole in the roof using the thermal. This was a car fire that we had down in one of the scrap yards down at the south end of town. And then the next one, I believe, there was some pump training, and I did some drone training myself. I knew they were down there training, so I launched the drone and got some, I don't even think they knew I had it up there, but I was, you know, I get accused of spying sometimes, I think. But yeah, they're doing a lot of pump training, obviously, right now, trying to train these new guys. And then the last one, I actually launched last Thursday. I got a call from dispatch at my house. The PD, well, all departments were searching for an individual, possibly around the 5th Street Bridge. I launched it from my house, got in contact with Officer Wilson. He went to the department, grabbed the remote, was able to land it on the bridge, change the batteries, relaunch it. So that just gives you an idea of the capabilities of the drone. Obviously, it's using thermal there. You notice it's hard to see some of the people walking on the bridge because the road's so hot. So the road's still showing up hot even though it's 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. But that just kind of gives you an idea of some of the things we're using it for. We've had some discussions, still trying to see, get some interest of who'd be willing to take the class, learn to run it, and then just communicating with each other, letting dispatch know that, Nate and I are available to run it if the PD needs help. Officer Wilson's ran it for us when the fire needs help, but we're looking to expand that, obviously. So,
I think it's a very valuable tool.
Absolutely.
yeah,
Very impressive.
Very handy. Yeah,
It's been very
yeah.
valuable.
For what we've been able to use it for. We got footage. We did use it on the river rescue that we had a couple months ago. Obviously, I don't want to show that because it's got, you know,
Real food.
yeah,
Yeah.
patients in there. But yeah, it's very, very handy. Rivers, it's really nice for the river because it can get access where we can't initially, and then obviously it's just helping to locate, because that's always the issue, is just location. When somebody's on,
Saves time.
when someone's on the river, they don't know where they're at, and they call, and it was the same instance for that. They, you know, I don't remember what they told dispatch, where they thought they were, but trying to relay that, and it's never where, you're never where you think you are, so that's a good tool for that.
You can find them so fast.
Yes, yes.
Saves so much time.
Yep,
That's the advantage of it.
yep.
It's one of the reasons we wanted to look at it, can find them really fast.
Yep. And we're getting better at flying it, recording video. You know, it takes a little time to learn. I did decide to get my license. Of course, I enjoy flying it so much, I went and bought myself a drone too, so. But I did get my license to fly also. But we are looking to expand the group. Any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Chief Follows.
Congratulations.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, for last month, you see my totals there. Our overtime is up there also, but it we're at 25, over 25,000 overtime. We're down some officers. We just hired the 3, and they were in the middle of training. We've had one in the academy, and she is getting ready to graduate this coming Friday, so we'll have her back out on the road. The 3 that we have are just about done with their field training, so they will be able to help us alleviate with some of the hours on patrol. They've done a 40-hour pre-basic, so they'll be working the road. We are sending 2 more to the academy next month. We'll have 2 on the road, and Officer Dunaway back, so hopefully that helps alleviate some of our overtime. Our gallons of fuel was just over 1,800 gallons of fuel. Any questions on the overtime? So our number of incidents last month was 694. Our accidents were up just a little bit at 42. Still pretty busy with accidents. As far as our drug totals, last month we took in a total of 13 grams of marijuana, 1 gram of heroin, fentanyl, and 3 items of paraphernalia. Last month we were in a little transition with the K-9, and then our new K-9 officer is back and spent a full month. So their use is picking up also. So we'll have some good reports for next month. That's happened in August. So our detective division, they took in 4 cases. They have 1 remaining open, 4 arrests. Our K-9, like I mentioned before, they don't have much in training last month. 1 still hasn't been to K-9 school, which he leaves the first part of September. So we'll have 2 certified dogs. Patrolman Russell with Simba and his new dog, he had 2 arrests and seized 9 grams of marijuana and 4 grams of meth with his new dog. As far as our department training goes, we had 287 hours. One of those was a FTO school. It's a week-long school that we sent one of our officers to. So that's all I have. Any questions about what we did last month?
We got your letter.
Yeah.
We gotta approve that.
All right, so you have a letter that I've submitted for my resignation retirement. Like I stated in my letter, I spent, over 30 years here. And I said it in that also. Connersville and the Connersville Police Department has been good to me. It's a great career. The new guys coming in, I hope they stick with it because it is rewarding. If you do it right, stick it out the time. So I just want to say thank you to Connersville and you folks. You guys have been great to work with, so.
That goes both ways.
Yeah, from our standpoint, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Now for the hard part. We have to make a motion to accept it.
So moved.
Have a motion?
The second.
A second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're not going nowhere just yet, sir. Thank you for your service to our community. Appreciate everything done. Appreciate it. Thanks for that, too. Okay, move on down to claims. I'm sorry, any old business? Miscellaneous business? I do want to remind everyone about the swing dancing. It's Friday night from 7 to 9. It'll be a good time. Come out and try some swing dancing. Claims.
And claims for August 18th, 2025, the city was $166,174.40. Payroll, $58,121.15. Utilities, $224,935.96.
Motion to approve claims.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on to public forum. Anyone from the public have anything to say? Nope. If not, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Have a good evening.